Hi. So in the previous class we have already studied about the bandwidth. Now there is some other term, that is the open loop gain infinite, that is the CMRR common mode rejection ratio, and VD, that is the input terminal voltage difference. Now I'm come to this matter. For that reasons, to define this and this, we have to introduce the op-amp circuitry, otherwise we cannot understand about that. So for that reasons we have to introduce the op-amp circuitry first. So now we go for the op-amp circuitry, then we can understand about this and this. So circuit of the op-amp. Circuit of the op-amp is two types. If I'm classify the circuit of the op-amp, it's a two types of circuit. One is a closed loop circuit, another is the open loop circuit. So open loop and closed loop circuit. This is the both type of circuit, which is one is the closed loop, another is the open loop circuit, CL and OL circuit. So what is the meaning of closed loop and open loop circuit? I'm come to this matter. After that I definitely go for AOL and CMRR and all VD. Okay, first we just learn about these things, then we can understand this thing. So suppose there is a operational amplifier. This is the non-inverting input terminal, this is inverting input terminal. That said, that if there is any connections between input to the output to the input side, if there is any connections from output to the input side, then this type of circuit is called a closed loop circuit. I'm just changing this these things. I want to explain this, that you can use its negative, it is positive, or you can use its plus minus as per your requirement. I'm just to understand about this, I'm just first time draw these things plus and minus, and then I'm changing it to the minus to the plus, that you can understand. Whatever you can change it. Now closed loop and open loop. If there is no connections between output to the input side, then it is the open loop circuit, no connections. And if there is any connections, then it is the closed loop. But some sort of things, this is not perfect. You can understand after a certain time that this particular definitions is not perfect. We can say if there is any feedback path, if there is any feedback path, then it is called the closed loop circuit. If there is any feedback, closed feedback path, then there is, that is called the closed loop circuit. Then we can say it is a, yes, it is a closed loop circuit. Okay, so for that point of view, if there is a feedback, if there is a feedback path, then it is called closed loop. If there is no feedback path, there is, that is called closed loop. Now there is another question is arise. What is feedback? Definitely I am explaining the feedback. Feedback means suppose the fan is rotating in your in top positions. Okay, so there is a regulator and the fan is rotating. Suppose there is a switchboard and there is a fan and there is a connection switchboard to the fan. Okay, and in the switchboard there is a regulator. Suppose I'm drawing like that. Okay, and the fan is rotating, and suppose a human being is staying in here. So for that reasons the airflow is coming to here, and suppose you feel that the you feel cool. Suppose you are staying in here these positions. Okay, and you feel that cool, so you have to, you feeling cool. For that reasons you go there and decrease the fan regulator. You just go there and decrease the fan regulators. Okay, So what you work on, you sense in here that fans output. You sense in here the fans output. Fans output is what? The amount of air. Fans output you sensing in here, that is the fans output. In here you just sensing that fans output in here, that is a cool. Okay, I go to there and just decrease the fan rotations, that is rpm of the fan. So you feel that yes, I am feeling cool, and it's mandatory to go there and just decrease the fan speed. So for that point of view, you show if it is the system, it is the input, it is the output. I hope you can understand. It is the input because this is the switch and regulator, and the fan is rotating, that is the output. And from here to the output to the input side, there is also a connection, that is the loop connections. You are with associated with the fan and developing a loop that looks like that. There is a loop, you show there is a loop between output to the input side. Output to the input side, there is a path, and that is called the feedback path. From output to the input side, there is a feedback path. You know these things about your AC. I think you know AC is automated. If you set it in the 27 degree centigrade, so automatically when the room is become 27 degree centigrade, automatically it's off. That means it's the feedback, it's sensing the output that at present now it is 27 degrees centigrade, then automatically off, and power consumptions become low because there is a power disconnections. Okay, so and after then, when the suppose the temperature become high, again automatically AC will on. So there is on off control, that is also feedback. So feedback means simply from output side to the input side, if there is a flow of signal, then a loop is developed, that is the feedback. From output side to input side, there must be some sensing concept, that what will be the output, and for that reasons what will be the input. Then it may be a loop concept. You show there is a loop is developed, fan is rotating, that is the output, and input side is the fan is regulator, and from here the human beings is go there and just decreases fan switch, and that is called the feedback. Now I am coming you very important things, a very important example of this. Okay, you saw here here the concept is that fan is rotating. Okay, and the human beings is here, he's sensing, he or she sensing, and just go there and just decrease the fan rotations. Okay, very good, very good. Now suppose if it is happening, so for that reasons the output side fan rotation speed is decreasing, as he feel that the fan speed is become high as per his or her requirement. So for that point of view, that it is a negative feedback, that means output become low, fan speed become low, that means output become low. And suppose this person's a thing like that, okay, I feel hot, so we go there and just increase the fan speed, that means the output become high. So this is a positive feedback. It's for understandable, I'm just representing it's like that way. It's some others type of representation for to understand very simply. That's why I'm just representing the feedback like that way. When you can entry inside of the feedback concept, then you can understand very easily. So there is two types of feedback which we have studied, that is positive feedback and negative feedback. So positive feedback and negative feedback, two types of feedback we have studied. When the output become high, that means the positive feedback, and when the output become low, that means that the negative feedback concept is there. So in case of operational amplifier, if there is any feedback, then it is called the closed loop circuit. If there is no any feedback, then it is called the open loop circuit. Again I am repeating that for to understand all this open loop and closed loop circuit, we go for the next video. Then we can understand properly the closed loop and open loop circuit, and we will discuss about our previous module, that is the ideal characteristics, open loop gain, VD, and CMRR, all these things. Thank you for this. Hi. So in the previous video, we have already studied about the closed loop and open loop circuit. Okay, very good. The closed loop and open loop you have already understand. But the things is that you have to know about you have also know about the good concept about the feedback. And I think you have cleared the concept of the feedback by the example of the fan system. Okay. Now go for the next step, we have to know another important circuit, that is the equivalent circuit of operational amplifier. So we go for the equivalent circuit of operational amplifier. Equivalent circuit of operational amplifier. What is equivalent circuit of circuit? What do you mean by equivalent circuit? I think all of you know about these things. Suppose I hope you have visited several places, and when civil engineers are working with one bridge or one project with a big suppose they want to develop a big tall what I'm saying, that tall infrastructures. For that reasons, they are first what they done, it's a very small presentations of these tall infrastructures, the small presentations of these tall infrastructures, like a very small 3D design. It may be at present now with the 3D printed design, it is happening, but things is that it's a very simple, that's to develop a small kinds of things, a equivalent develop a big kinds of things, a equivalent small things they have developed fast to understand, to analyze about this. In case of circuit also, when there is a complicated circuit, so we have to miniaturize this, we have to know it properly with the equivalent easiest circuit to understand about this. So for that point of view, for that concept, the equivalent circuit is very necessary. So what I'm saying, the equivalent circuit means a complicated circuit representing in a very smallest way, equivalent smallest way, but its activity is equivalent to the big circuit. But things is that using this concept, it can be possible to analyze the system properly, to understand the system properly. Now in the network theory, one subject, what they done it's like that way, that by using this particular concept of equivalent circuit, they have different kinds of parametric study they have done, that is ABCD parameter, that is H parameter, that is transmittance parameter, or different kinds of parameter. At present now you cannot properly understand. Whenever you study about the network theory or circuit theory, then you can understand. The first at present now we have to know about these things, that in case of any complicated circuit we have to represent it a very nominal miniature way in equivalently, and this type of circuit is called the equivalent circuit. Op amp, we have already know, inside of the op amp there is a huge transistor circuit or MOS CMOS circuit, so it is a very complicated circuit to analysis, but using a equivalent circuit it can be possible to analysis. One things I want to say in concept of this, in case of equivalent circuit there is no any connections between input to the output side. It's representing like that way, it's representing by assuming like that way, that from the input side to the output side there is some relations, from input to the output side. Like that way it is connected to the input to the output side. I can understand at present now you feel some complexity about the equivalent circuit, but it is a very simple. Just go ahead and then you can understand. This is the non-inverting and this is the inverting. I have also said we can represent it like that, it is inverting, it is the non-inverting. It can possible, but generally we are representing it here and here, this side. Okay, you can, I'm just representing it here because if I'm drawing here it's some complexity, complex looking complexity. For that reasons I'm representing it's minus and here plus. Now equivalent circuit means this is the input side, this is the output side, this is the inverting terminal, non-inverting terminal, input terminal, and this is the output side. Equivalent circuit means it's the complicated circuit. How we can analysis by a equivalent easy circuit? There is inside there is a very huge numbers of transistors or MOS and CMOS. Okay, so for that point of view, how we can draw the equivalent circuit is actually, I know till now you are thinking about that what I am doing. Just wait, you can understand. That is Ri, that is Vd, and that is R0, and here it is Vd AOL. Now I think it is in your mind what is the things is there equivalent circuit. It's a very easy things that we have already studied the ideal characteristics of op amp, and there we have studied this input impedance Ri equals to infinite, output impedance R0 equals to 0, there is the open loop gain is infinite, and there is Vd equals to 0, and apart from that bandwidth equals to infinite, CMRR equals to infinite. We have already know about this bandwidth, but CMRR till now we cannot understand. Okay, I am just coming to this, all this component. You show all the components are present here. You show this is the Vd. Okay, what is Vd? I am coming. This is Ri, input impedance. You show this is the Ri. Okay, this is the AOL. Where is the AOL? You show there is the AOL. there is also VD, that is also representing in here, and there is the R naught. Okay, so all the components are there present here, here are presenting in here. Okay, and this is the input terminal, non-inverting and non-inverting, and this is the output. So you show that it is the equivalent circuit, and this is the input side circuit. You show this is the input side circuit, this is the input side circuit, and this is the output side circuit. This is the input side circuit and this is the output side circuit. But you show there is no any connections between input to the output. What I have already said, there is no connections between to the input to the output, but there is a relations between the input to the output. I am coming to the point of what are the things. There is a VD, that is the voltage difference. The voltage difference between two input terminal. VD is the voltage difference between two input terminal, inverting to non-inverting terminal. This is the called the VD. VD is the voltage difference between two input terminal. Okay. Gain is what? Open loop gain is what? Open loop gain is the gain which we have already studied. It should be a infinite. Okay. Very nice. Here you show AOL multiplying with the VD. That means it is the input side, it is the input voltage. This input voltage is multiplying with the gain and give the output voltage. Definitely the gain is what? Gain means the output voltage by the input voltage. That means the AOL is the gain, and for that reason this is multiplying with the input voltage. For that reason it gives the output voltage. It is the gain, and this is the VD, that is the input impedance, input voltage. Okay, that's two are multiplied and give the output voltage. What is the value of R naught? R naught equals to 0. We have already studied. R naught equals to 0 in case of ideal. If it is 0, so very easily this output voltage is representing very easily, and there is a VD between the input two terminal. This is the Ri, which is equals to infinite. This is the Ri, which is equals to how much? The infinite. Okay. So this is the VD, difference between two input terminal. This is Ri. This is Ri, difference the input impedance. This is R naught, the output impedance. This is VD, and this AOL multiplying with that. That means it is the output voltage representing in here, but we represent like that way, that is VD into AOL. Like that way we can represent the equivalent circuit. Now I think it is in your mind a big question mark. Why this equivalent circuit we study? What is the reason behind that? These things we can understand in our next video. Thank you very much.